Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news that as global price pressures ease, we may be starting to see a wage price surge locally. But first, the American housing market is continuing its measured rise and a surprise rise in February pending home sales. This gain in real estate volume may well have carried on into March. Mortgage applications rose 2.9% last week, a fourth consecutive week of increases, and the longest winning streak in 4 years. And Singapore reported that their producer prices are deflating fast now, down 4.7% in February, on top of a 1.5% drop in January from the same month a year ago. And in Thailand, their central bank raised its policy rate by 25 basis points to 1.75%. They're reporting a good recovery and a growing economy. Their rate increase is part of their normalisation program. Although it is not expected to have much impact on trade flows, the CPTPP 11-nation trade group is expected to agree that the UK can join. You may recall that both Taiwan and China have also applied, but they will be caught up in the global political rivalry. The CPTPP is the high standard trade bloc promoted by the US Obama administration, but was abandoned by the Trump administration. However, even without the US, it is doing an effective job raising trade deal standards, especially in labour environmental standards. Even China's preferred RCEP looks up to the CPTPP. In Australia, their inflation rate is moderating, although it remains very high. Their CPI rose 6.8% in the year to February, easing from a 7.4% gain in the year to January. This was less than the 7.1% expected, and the second straight month of lower annual inflation and the softest pace since last June. Financial markets are pricing in virtually no change to the RBA's cash rate review next week, and they may feel vindicated by the CPI update. But ANZ says it thinks the RBA will hike by 25 basis points again next week because inflation is still too high. But whether Aussie inflation continues to moderate is still up in the air. Their unions seem ready to push for a big 7% wage claim in cost of living campaigns in both state and national levels and in both the public and private sectors. The US Treasury 10-year yield starts today at 3.56% and up 2 basis points from yesterday. And the price of gold will open today at $1,965 an ounce, and that's down $5 from yesterday. And oil prices start today unchanged at just on $73.50 a barrel in the US, while international Brent price is $78 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is down 1/4 cent against the US dollar, now at 62.2 US cents. Against the Aussie, we're little changed at 93.1 Australian cents, and against the euro, we're also little changed at 57.5 euro cents. That means our trade weight index is now at 70.2 with a minor 10 basis point dip. Get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.